So we anticipate that by lowering the amylin in the circulation, the risk for cerebrovascular inflammation and the amylin beta amyloid co-deposition in the microvasculature might be reduced. So therefore, the beta amyloid clearance from the brain through the transport from the brain to the blood would be improved. Now, how we can do that? How we can lower the amylin in the circulation? We don't have a drug at this point, but we are working on that. I believe that it might be a way simpler in a way to reduce the amylin in the circulation than reducing the beta amyloid in the brain. It's just that most of the our hypothesis is that the fact that a therapeutic target focused on the amylin will be easier to accomplish in terms of the fact that the drug doesn't have to cross the blood-brain barrier. So we are targeting amylin directly in the circulation. How can we do that? We don't know at this point, but we have data showing that from animal models that by suppressing the amylin secretion from the pancreas is reducing the beta pathology in the brain, which is kind of surprising. So again, the amylin is secreted only in the pancreas. Only pancreatic beta cells are producing amylin, and we have a rat model and also mouse model where we shut down the expression of amylin in the pancreas, and that has, as a result, lower beta amyloid in the brain. How that happened, we don't know, but that is giving us the idea that if we are able to lower the amylin secretion from the pancreas, we might be able to reduce the beta amyloid in the brain. How we can do that, again, it has to be targeted through probably one single drug or maybe combination of the drugs. And when I'm saying combination of drugs, we have to keep in mind that pancreatic beta cells are secreting amylin along with insulin. Yeah. So therefore, if you are targeting the beta cell and trying to act on the beta cells to reduce the amylin, it might be probably difficult to not reduce the insulin, which is going to be problematic, right? Because if you're reducing amylin, reducing also the insulin, it will have an impact on the glucose homeostasis. So therefore, we have to think about a therapeutic strategy that will disentangle the secretory lines, the insulin and amylin secretory lines. So that is in my view the biggest challenge on developing a drug that will reduce the amylin in the circulation, but that can be possible, yeah, because we might think about drugs that do not act directly on the pancreatic beta cell, but rather on the amylin in the circulation. Yeah, so we are, you can think about a vaccine that will lower or block the amylin from crossing from blood to the brain, or reduce the pathological forms of amylin, right? Because the amylin that is functional is not pathological, right? The amylin that is forming plaques, it's amyloidogenic. And we believe that is an association of multiple amylin peptides that have an increased propensity to aggregate and accumulate the vasculature, or an association of amylin with other proteins that will increase the propensity of these aggregates to accumulate in the vasculature and create these problems. We believe that we had a significant increase in our understanding of the relationship between the amylin pathology and an increased risk for Alzheimer disease and cognitive impairment, even in the absence of Alzheimer disease. We believe that the amylin pathology is a new therapeutic target that might give a hope for reducing the cognitive impairment associated with metabolic dysfunction and with aging.